this is Ashley.
And Cindy.
And this is Life for Dummies.
Because we're real dumb.
What are we talking about today?
I thought we should talk about being solution-oriented.
Oh, great, because that's what we're all about.
Yeah, we're here for the solutions, people, if you haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, exactly.
Amen.
So what does that mean when I say that? We're solution-oriented. What do you think of?
Well, I think of when I'm in my day, right? Because that's as simple as it gets, living out my day, and I'm confronted with something negative or some type of negative feeling. I have the solution of how to respond to that situation to make sure that I maintain my serenity and peace in that moment and keep it going throughout the day.
I love that you said respond, because that's it. So I have two choices. I can respond or I can react. And usually when I'm reacting, nothing good is going to come out of that because I am just not being the best version of myself. When I can pause and take a breath and figure out the appropriate response and what the good solution is, then I get results that I'm seeking, that I'm looking for. You know, when I react, yeah, it's not pretty. And I usually am not proud of the behavior that happens. I can just say that.
The other aspect of solution-oriented for me is that there is a solution for every problem in my life.
There is a solution for every problem in your life, right? And it usually is guided by a spiritual principle that we talk about here. And a really good one is to practice a pause, right? Take a deep breath, pause, and try to figure out why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And usually it's because I'm feeling attacked and I start to get defensive, right? And when I get defensive and I don't pause, then nothing good is going to happen. I say things that I don't mean because it's out of fear and anger.
It's amazing to think that there could be entire days when people don't act in that manner.
Yeah, and I used to be one of those people, that was me to a T. I was just a hot mess, and I was not a kind, caring, loving person. And being solution-oriented, I try to come from a kind, caring, loving place. Not some of the time, but actually all of the time. Because a lot of people are going through things, and if they don't share it with me, then I have no idea what's happening in someone else's life. And it's my job to treat others the way I want to be treated, whether they treat me that way in return or not.
The other aspect of this is solution implies a problem. And being solution-oriented implies that there's real work that we're doing to enact the solutions.
Yeah, and that's it. We're doing real work here. And that's, the proof, I keep saying that, but the proof is in the pudding. Like, my life today is very peaceful and serene. And it's because I'm implementing solutions instead of being part of the problem. Whereas before I started living this way of life, I was always the problem.
Totally. And, it's not like, oh, there's some people in life who everything just works out for them all the time. And so that's why they can be so happy, joyous, and free. That's not the case. The case is the people like that, the people like me and Cindy, have done a ton of work to get here.
Yeah, we have really put in the work here. We have really taken a good hard look at ourselves and the way we behave. Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, is it comes down to certain behaviors that were making my life unmanageable. When I remove those behaviors, there's still behaviors that are left behind, and I have to not address some of it, but I have to address all of it if I want this peaceful life that I have today.
And the thing that Cindy and I talk about here, it's not like we are saying, "Oh, you have to do all of this really hard work now when you hang out with us." What we're saying is there's a solution, there's a process. And just like she and I learned everything in bite sized pieces because we hung out with people who had already gotten to where we wanted to be, so too with us. If you hang out with us and start to adopt the spiritual principles on a daily basis in your life that we discuss here in this podcast, then you too, slowly but surely, are going to reap the rewards that we have as well.
I was taught very early on, hang out with the winners. And I was like, what does that even mean? How do I know? And someone made it very simple for me. Hang out with the people that have the kind of life you want. And I don't mean because they drive a cool car. And I was like, wait, what? Because that car can be repossessed. Just because you drive a cool car doesn't mean you're living your life right. Are you paying your bills? Are you being financially responsible? Are you being a productive member of society who pays their taxes, who doesn't lie, who, walks the walk and talks the talk all at the same time? That's someone who's a winner. Those are the people that I surrounded myself with because they could teach me exactly what they were doing. And then I too could implement those things in my life and get the same results.
I was attracted to the people who had a lot of peace in their life. And yes, the people who were financially successful, but not because of some scheming, because they genuinely were people filled with integrity and had built over long periods of time that financial success. I was attracted to the people who had freedom interiorly. Those were the people who were happy and pretty much laughing and smiling all the time. That's what I wanted.
That's exactly what I wanted too. And that's why I kept doing this because the first time I surrounded myself with people that had the kind of life I wanted, they were laughing and they were happy and they gave me hope that I actually could get that too. And that's what kept me continuing on this journey. I was like, man, no one else here is miserable and crying like me. There were very few people in that room who were miserable. Everybody was like, shiny, happy people. It's a good song, right? And that is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be like that. So,
And it was so funny because it's like, oh yeah, I used to sleep on this mattress from the dumpster. Oh yeah, I used to live under the bridge. Oh yeah, I used to, sell myself for money. Oh yeah, and these were the people who were really laughing and happy. I'm like, what?
yeah, it's like it blows my mind that like some of the people with the worst past, the saddest past, can have the most beautiful, fruitful life now. You know, it just takes what it takes, and we have to go through what we have to go through to get to where we're going. And once you've been at your rock bottom, you can stop digging. You can leave it right there and you can start finding a way up and out. It's very possible because we've done it.
We have done it. And something I've learned here is there is a trap door at every rock bottom. I mean, it can always get worse.
Yeah.
That's why we want you to join us so that we can only go up from here.
There's a way up and out of it. You just have to be willing. We love you guys.
Love you.